Hey everybody, it's Aaron from God a Minute. This is Brother Brad. Let us know that you can hear us. We are live. How you doing, Brad?
Doing great. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Yeah, doing awesome. And everybody, just let us know if our volume is pretty equal, and I can make adjustments. And so this is one of those live streams that it's like, whoa, lots of fun stuff. Let's tell
Yes.
everybody. So we've got notes, but it is a little on my end, it's a little bit scattered. So we're gonna let Brad do most of the talking. He's gonna share most of his screen. I might share my screen, but I'm gonna start off with reading Revelation 12, verse 4 and 5. Actually, I'm gonna read Revelation 12, 1 through 5, and then we're gonna show you some stuff in the stars, and he's gonna share some other asteroid stuff. There's a lot of action going on. A lot of us that are watching are really excited about this season right now. And how can you doubt? Um, how can you blame us for being excited? So we're going to start off with this, and then we're going to show you some stars. Okay. So Revelation 12, verse 1 through 5, give or take. Now a great sign appeared in heaven: a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a garland of 12 stars. I'm going to put up Brad's screen while I'm talking to. Um, yeah. Then being with child, she cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. So most of us know that are watching these, we know that there's a child asteroid popping out of the womb. You can zoom in a bit more if you can, Brad. Yeah. And another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great fiery red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 diadems on his heads. His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was ready to give birth to devour her child. As soon as it was born, verse 5, she bore a male child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up to God and his throne. Verse 6, then the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared by God, that they should feed her feed her there 1,260 days. Okay, so I'm gonna apologize. There was somebody in one of my comment sections on one of my videos. I can't remember who and when it was, but somebody brought up this comment 21p and 21p Jacobini Zinner. And what I did was I messaged, because Brad and I were going to come on anyway and do a live stream and talk about a lot of cool things that he found. But I just got the feeling that this particular comment could be the dragon. And I'll back up a bit here and say that there's a lot of people in the comment section saying that's great about the woman and the child, but what about the dragon? What about the
Yeah.
dragon? What about the dragon? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, what about the dragon? Where's the dragon? You know?
Yeah, that was a question of mine too. And I'd searched so many times for it. It just was coming flat, falling flat.
Yeah. So what about the dragon? And I even prayed. I'm like, God, where's the
Hmm.
dragon? Where is this thing? I don't even know what it is or what to look for. And people were sending their ideas, and yeah, maybe they're right. I don't know, but we found another comment that's really remarkable, and it could be the dragon. And this thing is called 21p Jacobani Zinner. And the interesting thing is, this thing is in the womb of Virgo, waiting for the child, and then it kind of chases it when when it's birthed. So do you have it on the screen here? Looks like you do.
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you back up to, let's just say, 2022 maybe, um, something like that. 2020 even if you want. I haven't even seen much of this footage. Brad just sent me a 17-second clip, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is incredible. How it's sort of waiting for the child, and it kind of chases it out around September 20th, that time zone, September 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, that area. It's quite fascinating. So what year are we in right now? It's very small for me to see. I can't see that well. So
Well,
just
what I had showed you, I went back to this is May of this year.
okay.
So not too far back. Actually, I'll go to April. And you presented this asteroid to me, and there's a whole lot of reasons here when you read up on this thing why it really matches the dragon. There's so much imagery here, and it actually usually hangs out in the dragon constellation. And when I played this thing,
and maybe
go
what you
ahead.
could do is you can you zoom in a bit, and I'm gonna try and make the quality higher here, but it might make the stream choppier. But we're gonna try. Okay. Oh, 1 second. I don't know if I can. 1 second here. Let's see if I can make it a little better. Okay. Hopefully that's better. I don't know if I improved anything here.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. So might be a little fast, but let me back up some.
And then just zoom it in as best you can, because I know a lot of people, it's very small for them. And you know what I'll do is I'll make that screen bigger too. Yeah, there you go. That'll help a bit. Okay, so that's the child one, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what year is this so far?
Right now we're in February of 2023.
2023.
I slowed it down a little bit here to kind of keep up with it more, but you'll see that child is going through Leo, and the dragon is down here waiting in Virgo. So as we approach to where we're at now, child is entering Virgo.
Yeah.
The dragon is waiting on her.
Yeah.
On the child, sorry.
Yeah.
And it's like the child speeds past really fast by the dragon.
Yeah. And are you able to put a timestamp in there so we can see the dates as you do that?
It's over here on the left. It's small. I can't really.
Very small. Now, when does that? If we're going to consider this the dragon comet, when does they actually kind of come together? Right around September 20th, give or take, right? What's the actual day?
Find that out. So this is now.
This is right now, September 14.
Yes.
Okay, so they're so close right now in the womb. And what is that? What day is around now? What day is that?
This is the 25th right here.
Okay. Wow.
But it's like the child really picks up speed right here and zips past.
Okay, now why are we considering this the dragon? And what's up with that? So we are reading some things that this comes from the we read somewhere that it comes from Draco, the draconian constellation, or the draconian meteor shower. This is part of it apparently. And actually Dr. Barry was talking about Draco a little bit in his video, how it looks like there's tail and it looks like it's swiping the stars. Now, did you say it goes back to Draco in 2030?
It does.
Okay. And okay, so why don't we show people that first as well?
So the child goes straight to the wing of an eagle. The dragon retreats. The child goes into a shield of protection.
This is 2030?
We are now in 2024.
Okay.
Let's speed this up a little at this point.
And of course, everybody's going crazy about Saudi Arabia and Israeli, the peace thing with this. They're making this part of this summit in a few days. Just a last minute. What is it? What's the article say? The post was Saudis co-hosting UN event aimed at revamping Israeli-Palestinian peace process. So that's a whole other topic to talk about. But here we are in the stars. So
there's so much going on; it's hard to keep up with at this point.
Yeah. So they're talking about adding peace to the Israel 7-year covenant, revamping the 7-year covenant, and here we are looking at possibly the dragon coming to devour the male child in the stars.
We're now in 2026, and you'll see that it starts hovering around. It just kind of camps out around Hydra, which is a giant serpent, and in mythology, Hydra had many heads. So there's your, giant dragon with multiple heads. And going towards 2030.
Yeah, I apologize. It's a dog barking in the background. It's the neighbor's dog, guys. We've got to pray for the dog. Neighbor's dog's barking.
And then it's like it's circles around Virgo constantly. This is 2030 now.
2030 now.
Until around the time of Feast of Trumpets, the Fall Feast in 2030, and it's chased out. And that's when it returns to the Dragon constellation.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It goes to Draco in 2030. Man, I've never seen that pattern. I've never seen that pattern.
Me neither.
I know now the viewers can't see the date because it's so small, but can you tell us the date that it really starts to elevate and go up there?
So this year is the beginning of 2031, and that's when it really makes a beeline.
Wow. So this is Draco, folks, and my goodness, and then above Draco is Cephas, which looks like the throne room to me, So there's a war in heaven, as we know, and it looks like Draco was representing Satan there, and Cephas represents God in that particular constellation picture. And here we have it, this comet that could represent the dragon, and it goes into Draco right after clearly after the fall feast of 2030. Man, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. So
this comet is apparently noteworthy because it can produce very spectacular meteor showers under the right conditions. And it says this meteor display is commonly referred to as the Draconids or the October Draconids, which that means dragon.
Right.
And it's a pretty spectacular meteor shower where it actually appears that stars are falling to the earth.
Okay, so it looks like stars are falling to the earth. Wow. And doesn't that sound like what I just read? His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven. His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven.
It being a comet, it does have a tail.
That's pretty cool. And apparently, look, I'm going to share my screen, and I just had a couple of things to think. Okay, so this is the name, Giacobani, last name origin. So this most interesting surname derives from the ancient Hebrew given name Yaakov, meaning following after. In the Bible, Jacob was the name of the twin. So it means following after. Let me just pull this one up. Jacob, this word Jacob comes from the root word Jacob. And if you go to another screenshot here, apparently it is about 2 kilometers in diameter, so making it larger than 99% of the asteroid. So Dana sent this to us earlier on. And comparable in size to Mount Everest. So this is a very, very, very large comet, one of the largest ones up there, apparently, according to this information. NASA, we know that NASA isn't the most reputable place, but nevertheless, this is what it says. Comet Giacobani-Zinner was discovered on December 20th, 1900 by Michael Giacobani at the Nice Observatory in France. The comet was later recovered by Ernest Zinner. And Comet 21P, Giacobani-Zinner, is a small comet with a diameter of 1.24 miles, 2 kilometers. That's massive. This comet takes about 6.6 years, apparently, 6.6 years, apparently, to orbit the sun once. The last time Comet Giacobani-Zinner reached, I don't know how to say that, perihelion, closest approach to the sun was on February 11th, 2012. So 6.6 years to orbit the sun, apparently. And, well, that's a nice number. If we're thinking about this as being a dragon, did we get this one yet? We did. Did we get that one yet? We did. So it's interesting to think about that as we approach this. And did I say that it means to follow?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here we have this whole thing is called Jake. Here's the thing. It's called Jacob's Trouble. Jacob's Trouble is what we're waiting for. And this thing means Jacob, and it means to follow. So as the man-child goes away, they are like, what? Where'd they go? What happened? And they will follow us up to the throne room 7 years later, so to speak. You know, like the story is completed 7 years later. But what happens with this, however you say this, Jacobani Zinner, it goes into Draco where it was originally from, apparently, you know? So this is a very, very interesting comment. Now, we don't know if this is the dragon, but the pattern that it's waiting in the womb in Virgo in September 2023. And then after the fall feast of 2030, it goes and does a beeline up to Draco, which I've never seen in any other asteroid pattern. Most asteroid patterns, they just keep on going within that belt. And then they go back and forth a little bit. They go up and down. But this one takes a beeline into Draco. What is going on with that? So,
So I apologize if this seems a little unorganized, because we just discovered this today and we've been, kind of figuring out as we go. I don't know if you saw this, Aaron, or not, but the image on the screen right now, this is the Revelation 12 sign from 2017, and it was right there at the feet of Virgo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Zoom in a bit for our
what
viewers.
What about that?
View in for oh, wow.
Right there.
So it was right
so
in
it was
Virgo's,
there, the last Revelation 12 sign.
So September 23rd, 2017, the official
Yep.
Revelation 12 sign. It was in the foot area of Virgo. Wow. Now, what was the movement from that until now? Did it go like normal? Did it travel like normal from 17 to 2023? What did it do? Did it ever go to Draco at all? Oh, goes through the throne room a little bit. Goes to the Ark. Wow, it's all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goes through Hydra. I've never seen really movement like this before. I'll be honest. It's just all over the place.
No, and that's twice it goes to Hydra. Just really kind of camps out there. And this is
the wine cup. Is that the Raven constellation right there?
Yes.
Okay, what year are we at right now?
We're at 2022.
2022. Okay, so it makes a full. This is 23 now.
Yes. Man.
And now it comes out with
incredible.
the child around now. Is that right?
Yeah, right here.
Oh man. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's in the Revelation 12 sign in 2017. It's flying all over the place with no consistency.
It really hovers around those serpents.
What's that?
Both serpents in the constellations. It does these loop-de-loops around it.
Amazing that it's
really highlighting the serpent theme.
What year are we in now?
This is 2026.
26.
No,
what an interesting pattern. It's going into Hydra a lot. And now we're getting close to what, 28 probably right now?
This is 28, midway through.
This is probably around 29.
And it just
you can zoom in a bit more.
Leave Virgo. It just, yeah.
And this is 29.
This is 2030.
2030.
August.
Wow. And where's Jupiter right now? Where's Jupiter?
It's chased out.
And up it goes.
Back up a little.
Jupiter should be in Libra like in around October, I believe.
This is October.
So this is 2030?
Yes.
And what month is this?
This is October 16th.
Yeah, so this is another significant thing because in 2030...
Jupiter is in Libra right here.
Yeah, 2030, it's all jam-packed in this area. Jupiter is in the judgment scales. And here we are. This comet is in the zone. It's in the picture once again. And after the fall feasts are done and judgment is done, what happens to this comet? It goes to Draco. Just, okay, we're done. Let's go. Let's leave. Okay. So what month does it go to Draco? Oh, my goodness.
Let's see, it's back up. So really at the beginning of the year,
Okay, right away. And it's
2031.
interesting that it starts to beeline it right with this constellation.
Yeah.
What's that one called again? Is it called Ophiuchus? Holding
I'm
the
not sure.
snake. Yeah, Ophiuchus.
Yes. Yeah, it
You know
is.
how it's Ophiuchus holding the serpent. So that's perfect that it beelines up to Draco, right through Ophiuchus, kind of defeating the serpent there. Right in that at that thing, it's like you shall not pass, and it goes up to Draco.
At one point, the child goes in there as well, like it's the one holding the serpent.
Say that one more time.
At one point, I don't know the exact day, I'd have to search, but the child is in the middle of this constellation, as if it's the child holding the snake at this point.
Oh, really? But you forget the actual moment that it happened.
Yeah, I'll find that out.
I think this is you know what? We're not quite sure, okay? We're not quite sure if this is dragon, but it's the characteristics of this comet is so bizarre. And so if I was to summarize what we just saw, it was in the Revelation 12 sign in September of 2017, September 23rd, 2017. It comes back on this Feast of Trumpets. It's chasing the child during this Feast of Trumpets. And then it does its crazy thing again. It comes back during 2030 when Jupiter is in the judgment scales. And then it flies north into Draco right at the beginning of 2031. It's a perfect pattern for the dragon to be flying around in that manner. And apparently,
I love that it goes immediately to the eagle's wings. I think of God giving them the wings of an eagle to swiftly escape.
This is the child we're looking at now?
This is the child now, yeah.
What year are we in?
2027 here.
Okay.
Back through Virgo.
And what year are we in now?
Nearing the end of 2028, now 2029.
And did we hit 2030 yet?
This is so this is the fall feast times in 2030.
2030. Oh boy. Are you kidding me? Okay, so she bore a male child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
Man, look at that.
Oh my goodness. This is 12 verse 5. She bore a male child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. I mean, that looks like a rod, a shepherd's rod in a way. So this child looks like it's ruling with a rod of iron. And what's the date of this?
This is September 23rd, 2030.
Oh my goodness. Ooh. I'm just seeing this for the first time, guys. I
mean,
there's no prep here. I mean, there was, but wow. Oh man. Okay, so where is this other comet again? While on this date, is it in Virgo? This Giabaki 21P Giacobanani Zinner. It's in Virgo once again at the feet. So in a couple of weeks, it's under the foot of Virgo then, right?
Yeah, going into October 10th, right at the feet.
Yeah, and then we know that we will crush the head of the enemy. So it's under the feet, right when Jupiter's in Libra. Oh boy! Oh boy!
Yes, yeah, right there.
This is fun. This is fun.
Yeah, we're just kind of all discovering this together.
So there you go. If anybody has, I mean, it's hard to read comments and look at the screen at the same time, but I'll try and peek at the comments when I can. This is fascinating. This is so fascinating. What do you think about all this, Brad?
To me, this has by far been the best picture for the dragon. I've not seen a better candidate, and you know, when you read up on it, just the way it does the meteor showers, and it appears like a tail knocking down stars to the earth. There's so much imagery that matches scripture with this. I see it right away. It didn't take much convincing at all.
Okay,
you pointed this comment out to me and really didn't say anything. You just said you know about it, and I looked into it, and my first thought was, man, this is the dragon. So,
yeah, I'll hide your screen for a second. We'll bring it back on. But so, like I said, somebody mentioned it in the comment section or something. I don't even know how I got it. I'm sorry. Thank you thank you, Body of Christ, for sharing stuff with each other.
amen.
So I was like, my first thought was, this looks like the dragon to me. I didn't know what it was. I just felt like it probably was. I didn't even know what the pattern was. I couldn't even find it on my app. That's part of the reason why I sent it to Brad. I'm like, Brad,
Yeah,
I just sent them 21p, Giacobani, Zinner. What do you guys think of this? That's it. But in my mind, I was thinking this might be the dragon. An hour later or whatever it was, he's like, I think it could be the dragon based on the pattern. So he sends me the 17-second video. I'm like, ooh. It's like waiting in the womb for the child. What the? Yeah. So I was excited.
And it's there in 2017 too. I mean, we just found that out. So, I mean, that wow, that's just another confirmation.
Which one's that?
It is in the Revelation 12 sign back in 2017 as well. The initial Revelation 12 sign that everybody was looking for, and it was there the whole time, just hidden in plain sight.
It's so perfect. Okay, we have to say it again. So it's in the feet of Virgo in 2017. It's in the ankle of Virgo, 2017, September 23rd. The Revelation 12 sign. It comes back to this Feast of Trumpets, chasing the child at this Feast of Trumpets this year. It comes back and is under the feet of Virgo when Libra is in the judgment scales, right around Day of Atonement in 2030. After that, while this is happening, the child asteroid is in the right arm of Orion, holding the rod of iron, which was could have been the male child that was caught up to rule with the rod of iron. And then this comet goes to Draco. Are you kidding me? This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. I love it. All right. So, yeah. So let's, I know you had other things to share. Do we want to get into your other categories or what?
I'm game for whatever you want to do, man. This is kind of just a fun night here, just discovering things together. So,
yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. What I'll do is this. I'm just going to share this article because I already said it. I'm just going to put it on the screen for like a second. And I know Chooch and Tyler are talking about this. I tried to go on earlier, but it's all right. Everybody's super excited about Jesus coming. So this is the article. Saudis co-hosting UN event aimed at revamping Israel's Palestinian peace process. This is Times of Israel. You can take a look at that. And there was this other thing that Keith sent me earlier on. Let me see if I can open it up. Where's my Keith? Where's my Keith, bro? Where's my Keith, bro? Where's my Keith? Where's my Keith? Oh, there's Keith. And then he sent me this. Let me see if I can get it here. So, okay, to reaffirm our commitment. That was my Discord, by the way, guys. If you aren't in there, please hop in there. We reaffirm our commitment. So we know what the Daniel 9:27 is talking about. It's about reaffirming or reconfirming or confirming a covenant. And it's a 7-year plan. It's 2030 right here. So let me zoom it in a bit. So to reaffirm our commitment to effectively implement the 2030 agenda. And Keith did the reading for me, and he highlighted a few things. So thank you, Keith. peace and security. We know, all of you guys that have been watching these videos know that 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 talks about peace and security, or peace and safety. We know that in Daniel 9:27, he's going to make a covenant with many, or reconfirm a covenant with many for 1 week. And so here they are reconfirming a covenant with many for 1 week, ending in 2030. I mean, wow. I think Keith highlighted something else here. Remove all legal, social, and economic barriers. Digital economies. Hello. See you later, Cash.
There you go.
And I don't think he highlighted anything else, but yeah, if I remember, I'll try and leave this link in this video. And so we'll bring it back to Brad here. Okay, your screen's on. You can share what you need.
Cool. Okay. So you've had me on a couple of live streams now, and the first time I pointed out a few of the things here, but I've found some additional things since then, and it's just good not to share. I've been dying to get this out. So this is Virgo, and a lot of attention has been on this Nishimura comet coming in, and we know Hideo means the good husband.
Mm-hmm.
And Brother Dana helped us figure out too that its rotation, the number of rotation equaled out to Strong's a good husband as well. So that was a second confirmation there, which blew my mind. So what you see is this is the path. It comes down here, and as soon as it enters Virgo, this is your first conjunction. There's only 3 conjunctions that Nishimura forms with 3 other objects. First one is this comet, 3104 Dur. And we talked about this before, but it represents a door, and 3104 in Strong's is a ram's horn or shofar. There's your trumpet.
Yeah, zoom in for us so we can see if you can do that.
I don't know if I can on this. I apologize.
If you can't, don't worry about it. Just, yeah, if you can't, that's okay. And then just say that again for us. I love that.
So this is your first conjunction that Nishimura forms with an asteroid. As soon as it enters Virgo, Strong's number represents a ram's horn, which is your shofar. It's your trumpet. And Dur is a Hungarian translation of the German word Dur, which means door, or door maker. So that's the first conjunction. Then it goes on.
And it's in the lungs too, which is you need lungs to blow the shofar. So
that's right.
That's perfect.
Now,
Go ahead.
That's on the 19th, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Let me hide this here. Oop. Apologize. Yes. 18th rather. Okay. So then it goes on, and now we're on the 19th, and it forms its second conjunction with another comet. First was an asteroid. This is a comet. 359P Lonios, which means a loosing or a departure in Strong's Greek.
That is so perfect.
Yeah.
That is so perfect.
So we talked last time, the first one brings to mind Revelation 4:1. There's a door in heaven, and he hears a voice like a trumpet that says, "Come up here," and John's taken up into heaven. It's a perfect description of the rapture. So you have that, then you have a loosing, a departure.
So again, people just, because I know people don't understand these things, these asteroids have numbers beside them, and they have names beside them. And so what we're doing is we're taking the numbers associated with the asteroids and associating it with the numbers that are associated with Bible words in the Strong's Concordance. It just so happens that there is just way too many coincidences for it to be a coincidence. It's no longer a coincidence with all this. It's just incredible. Everything is so lined up. So there you go. So go ahead, Brad.
Okay, then the third one, as it's leaving Virgo, it meets 1734 Zongalovich. 1734, I just found this out. In Greek, it means 11, so there's another 11. Always seeing 11. And in Hebrew, it means his beloved. So the
Ain't that
picture
awesome?
here to this point is there's a door, a trumpet, a loosening, a departure with his beloved.
Yeah. Say that again so it sinks in.
The good husband enters Virgo, opens the door, sounds the trumpet. There's a loosing, a departure with his beloved. Can you think of a better illustration of the rapture than that right there?
That it's so awesome with these like 3 or 4 asteroids in the line of September or what 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, like in that
Yes.
week, this week coming around a few days from now. It spells out a whole story with these asteroid numbers. And just to remind you, 1734, Luke 1734
Yes.
is, I tell you, in that night there will be 2 men in one bed, one will be taken and the other will be left. So, Brad, I want you to say your sentence again. Use these asteroids and say the sentence again. Tell us a story with these asteroids.
Let's go back. The good husband enters Virgo, and the first thing it does is open the door and sounds the trumpet, the ram's horn, the shofar at the start of the Feast of Trumpets. It continues on. There's a loosing, there's a departure. Who's departing with the good husband? None other than his beloved.
It's awesome. Now go back to the first one again, if you don't mind. It's because you brought up Revelation 4. We're just going to read Revelation 4, verse 1. There, after these things, I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was like a trumpet speaking with me, saying, "Come up here, and I will show you things which must take place after this." Immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. So this looks like Revelation 4, verse 1, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely.
A door and a trumpet. And this is what this thing means in the chest of Virgo on Feast of Trumpets. Bam. Ain't that fun? Ain't that fun? And it says the word door in Philadelphia. The Church of Philadelphia, Revelation 3, verse 8. I know your work. See, I have set before you an open door, and no one can shut it. For you have a little strength, and have kept my word, and have not denied my name. Verse 10. Here's the big one. Because you have kept my command to preserve, I also will keep you from the hour of trial, which shall come upon the whole world to test those who dwell on the earth. So, what a beautiful story from the door. Let's just say this again. So the door to, what was the second one again?
You have a door, a trumpet. You have a loosing, a departure.
A door, trumpet, a loosing, and a departure. And the beloved is next. His beloved. And all this is, and Hideo is who named this particular asteroid, meaning the great husband.
Yes.
While this is happening, the child's coming out of the womb, and this comet that seems to be the dragon is trying to devour the male child as it comes out. In 2030, that child is in Orion's right arm holding the rod while this comet is under the foot, while Jupiter is in the judgment scales, and then it zips into Draco after that. I mean, this is a story in the stars.
So this is enough, right? But there's more.
Yeah, let's do it.
As if this wasn't a cool enough picture. So let me show you this. And we found this kind of by accident on the second live stream I did with you and Dana. So you've got 1734, right? Duer conjunction happens at 1734 in one of the time zones on Earth. It's actually in Auckland, New Zealand. It's 1734 on the clock at the closest point of the conjunction.
Oh, okay. Okay, wow.
Okay. The next one, the conjunction happens at 1734 Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
The third one at 1734 UTC
Okay.
plus 4, which is in Dubai. That's
Uh-huh.
the time in Dubai at that one.
Wow. Okay, so what you're trying to tell me is the conjunctions are exactly, perfectly 24 hours apart from each other.
Yes.
3 days in a row.
Well, no, I take that back. So the middle one is Eastern Standard Time. The other two are different time zones, but
Okay.
God's God in every time zone, right?
Right. Okay. Thanks for clarifying. Yeah.
But you find 1734 on the clock at each time.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Which
So
resembles Luke 17:34.
This might show it a little better. This is all from Eastern Standard Time. This is what it would look like here. These are all three conjunctions zoomed in really close in order from left to right. So you have the 18th, 19th, 22nd.
And the first one means the door and the trumpet and the shofar. The second one means a loosening and a departure. And the third one means, remind me again.
His beloved.
Yes, his beloved. Wow. This is fun. It's amazing.
So my next thought was, I want to know what the time is for each of these conjunctions in Jerusalem, right? Yeah. And this is, I was working on this just minutes before we went on air, so this is brand new.
Yeah.
The first conjunction is at 8:34 Jerusalem time. The 834th verse in the New Testament is Matthew 24:21, and it says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be."
Oh boy, that's a fun one. The 834th verse is Matthew 24, verse 21, and that's the conjunction of the first time. Okay, that's good.
Yes. All right, so we go to our second conjunction. The time in Jerusalem is, depending on if you're using 24-hour time or regular time, it's 034 or 12:34 a.m. So Strong's Hebrew 12:34 is a word that means to cleave, break open, or break through. The Greek Strong's 12:34 is a heavy complaining or a murmuring throughout the crowd. The 34th verse in the New Testament, Matthew 2:9, when they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was.
Okay, so walk me through how you got to this particular verse again.
The time at this second conjunction in Jerusalem, you can read it one of two ways. They're in 24-hour time or in 12-hour time, which it would be 034 or 12:34 a.m., depending on how you look at it.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the 34th verse. Okay, I get it. Okay. Yep. So you're going with the 34th minute of the day. And so you went for the 34th verse in Matthew, and that brings you to Matthew 2:9. Okay, so go ahead and read it again.
When they had heard the king, they departed. Whoa, hello. And lo, the star, which they saw in the east, went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was.
Bro, this is like a, whoa. This is, wow. My goodness. So we have the word child in here. We got the word star. And so here's the child being birthed on September, 18, 19, whatever, 20, now-ish, this week-ish. And wow, this is talking about a child being born in a star while this thing is in conjunction.
And they heard the king and they departed. So then we go to our third conjunction. On Jerusalem clock, it says 1634. Mm-hmm. Strong's Greek 1634 means to expire or breathe one's last or give up the ghost.
Oh my goodness.
The 1634th verse in the Old Testament brings you to Exodus 5:1. And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, let my people go,
Oh boy.
that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness.
Oi, 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 oi. Brad, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. You just whipped this up like 10 minutes before the stream?
Literally, man, I was working at a feverish pace trying to put it all together, but I knew there was something there. I kept feeling the Holy Spirit check Jerusalem's time during these conjunctions.
Oh my. This is nuts, man. This is nuts. Ay caramba. I don't have my cowbell with me, but I'd give you 10 cowbells.
Man,
Bing, 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 bing.
I'll take it.
Wow.
So, this is a different subject, different topic, but we've brought up the three witnesses a few times, or the two witnesses, sorry. I realize there's two camps, really, two majority opinions that most people believe that the witnesses would either be Moses and Elijah or Enoch and Elijah, right?
But you know what? That's okay because we have all three in that zone. But go ahead.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah.
Enoch is in the womb zone anyway with the number. Yeah.
You actually have by name the asteroids Moses and Elijah. The picture on the left is September 18th.
Are you able to zoom in or not?
I can't. I
That's
apologize.
okay. That's okay. Just describe it as if they can't see it clearly. Thanks, guys, for being patient with our presentation here. You're doing awesome, Brad.
Date and time on the image on the left is Monday, September 18th, 2023. And fun enough, it's at 11:11:11.
Mm-hmm.
You have Moses and Elijah entering the scales. You have 2585, which the Strong's for 2585 means Enoch. So either way, we're covered, right?
Yeah, Enoch's in the womb. Yeah.
I was reading these scriptures though, and about the two witnesses, and looking at Strong's numbers, and I said, well, what's the number for the witnesses? And it's 3144. Well, I searched for it, and wouldn't you know it, the witnesses 3144 are right there at the moon. If you look at the image on the right, I mean, they're like directly behind the moon, sighting the sliver of the new moon at Feast of Trumpets here.
Around the 19th, 18th?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just clarify this because we want people to absorb what we're saying. So it's good to repeat ourselves. So Brad found an asteroid named with the number 3144. The Strong's Greek for 3144 means witness or witnesses.
Yes.
So we have an asteroid in conjunction with the moon or beside it, Brad?
This program shows it, I mean, like directly behind it. I mean, you can't get any more in conjunction with the moon here.
So it's in perfect conjunction with the moon, September 18th, 11:11:11.
Yep.
My goodness.
And a little fun one in the middle. Sorry, go ahead.
So if you like Moses and Elijah being the witnesses, they're there. If you like Enoch and Elijah being the witnesses, they're there. If you like Enoch and Moses being the witnesses, they're there. And the word witness is right behind and in conjunction with the new moon, with its new sliver on the 18th at 11:11. Now, I don't know if you remember, I said something on a live stream or on a video a while ago saying, what if the two witnesses show up on Feast of Trumpets to witness the new moon?
Yeah.
And my goodness, you've got the word witness on the 18th surrounding the other potential two witnesses on the Feast of Trumpets. Oh boy, my goodness. Wow.
Another fun one is the image in the middle. You'll see the verse directly in the middle, Genesis 31:44. So there's your 31:44. It says, now therefore come thou, let us make a covenant, I and thou, and let it be for a witness between me and thee.
Mm-hmm. Well, a covenant. There's the word covenant. Is that the same word that's used in Daniel 9:27?
No, I don't know. That's interesting. We'll have to look that up.
What's that number? I can't see it that great. Is that 1295?
1285.
1285. Let me just take a quick look. Daniel 9:27. Let's see what they use for that particular Hebrew word. And they use 1285 in this particular context. So not the same number for that, but still very interesting that the word covenant is still there. Very cool.
Verse number 23, 144. If you can see at the bottom right there is Malachi 4:5, which says, "Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord."
Mm-hmm.
So I find it interesting. You have a 23 and a 3144.
Where did you see the 23 and the 3144?
Verse number 23, 144. You can get a 23 out of that. You can get a 3144 out of that.
Oh, you mean it's the 23,000th verse in the Old Testament?
Yes, 23,000th, 144th verse brings you to Malachi 4:5.
Okay.
Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Oh, 144,000. Is it 144? Now I'm getting all messed up with my numbers.
Yes.
Oy, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 Brad. What the what? Ay. Elijah, 23, 144. I like this.
Yeah, me too. I
like
love this, man.
That's one of the last verses in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Ay.
It was like the last promise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, last words of the Old Testament before we seal it all up. I'm setting Malachi. Oh, by the way, 23,000 birth and 144. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. What else you got on that display?
That's it on that.
What were the other verses you had there? 11:3.
Go back.
Revelation 11:3.
Yeah, Revelation 11:3. That's where you see your Strong's number for the two witnesses there.
Oh,
Greek
okay.
3144.
Oh my. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Revelation 11:3. That is right. That number 3144 is behind the moon on September 18th. Ay. And then that 5707, was that up there too?
Yes.
Can you show us where 5707 was again?
We'll find that out.
Or that's just the Hebrew meaning for witness. Oh yeah, I don't think that's up there, right? You're just showing that.
Yeah.
Okay. You're just showing that it's in the Old Testament. Okay. There was another person. Was that all the things you wanted to share?
I had some really interesting asteroids, but we can come back around to that if you got something.
Okay. Well, let me share this. I just wanted to share this one that somebody mentioned. So if you can find it, it's spelled YAHAGI, and the number is 4941. And that is in Virgo. If you can see it, can you see it? Yeah.
Right there.
And Strong's H4941 means judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Judgment. And so that was shared by James Robertson 9860 on a comment, I think on today's video, the one I shared about Thomas. I don't know if you saw my video today. Did you see it yet?
Yes. Very good.
Thomas is in the twin constellation 2030. Might as well show that. Might as well just show Thomas while we're at this whole thing.
What was the number on that one?
You know what? I don't even know. Oh, it's 2381, I believe. No, it's not actually. It's you should be able to just find it if you just type in Thomas. I can find it for you if you need it. You need the number?
In 23.
It should be 2555. 2555. 2555. And then, are you there? Did you see it? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2555 Thomas. And then go to 2030. And you'll see that it's in Gemini in September. And we all know the story of doubting Thomas. 1 week later, Thomas saw Jesus and he actually physically saw him. But Jesus said, you saw me, that's great, but blessed are those who didn't see me and believe. And so you see Thomas there, yeah.
Yep.
There he is, 2030. And I think he represents the left behind or the Jews or whatever. And there it is. So, okay, yeah, so go ahead and share what you other things that you wanted to share, Brad.
Cool. I got a list of really cool ones here. I don't know if we've talked about this. We may have, but even if we have, it's worth a second mention. Joella. 726 is Greek for harpazo, the strong number 726 harpazo, which is the catching away. Joella means Jehovah is God.
Oh, and what date is this?
This is now. This is right now.
The head of the snake.
On the head of the snake.
Oh, yeah. I like that. 726 is on the head of the snake. September 23.
Found Herodias in Virgo, which you know from the John the Baptist account. 546. Yep. Greek Strong's 546. To threaten. Hebrew 546. Verily, truly, indeed.
Verily, verily, I say unto you. Yeah. And John the Baptist was beheaded. And here is Herodias right at the neck where you would naturally be beheaded. What date is this?
This is right now. Could go
like September 15, 16, 17.
Yeah. 19th here, 20.
Ooh. So 19 is in the neck, and then it starts to go to the shoulder after that. Wow.
Yeah.
So fun.
652.
Just out of curiosity, Brad, sorry to interrupt. Is there a 1285 up in that area? Any asteroid with 1285? I just saw a comment saying Covenant is H1285 in Daniel 927. Just curious to see if that's in that zone or not.
That's Leo.
It's in Leo? Yeah. Okay. Okay, good to know.
Cool. 655 Jubilatrix in Virgo. Jubilatrix means a woman who rejoices.
Get out.
Strong's Greek 652, a messenger. Hebrew 652, darkness and gloom. Found that one really interesting, that there's sort of like two simultaneous messages. One is rejoicing, and the other is darkness and gloom.
Wow.
Here's a big one. $3068 Kanina. It's a Muslim name meaning hidden. Strong's Hebrew 3068 is Yod He Vav He, the name of God.
So what number is that again?
3068.
3068, and it means Yod He Vav He. And it means what? The hand of God. Is that what you said?
It's the name of God.
The name of God. Yes.
Yod He Vav He. Greek 3068 means to bathe or to wash.
Yes, I think we mentioned that at one point, but I know there's so much information. It's good to say it again.
So there's your name of God right in the middle of all of this. (1852) carpenter. Do you know anybody that was a carpenter by any chance?
Yeah, this was a good one that you found too, Brad. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus was a carpenter. The carpenter's coming for us.
Amen. Strong's Greek 1852, to waken, awake out of a sleep.
Yeah, this was solid. Yeah. To awaken out of one's sleep. Right here. And what date is this?
This is on the 19th.
19th, right when the moon's there, more or less. Perfect.
And that's really close to where Yeshua is, I know.
Yeshua, yeah. There's also somebody mentioned that the second meaning of Yeshua, it means something significant. Maybe I should go look it up while you're talking. Let me go take a look.
(522) Helga. Helga means holy, sacred, blessed. Strong's Greek 522 means to lift off. Man, I'm ready to lift off. (50) Virginia. Virginia means pure, virgin, maid. Strong's Hebrew 50. Bishua, which means my father is rescue.
My father is rescue. Well, how about that?
And number 2, Palace, which means wisdom. Strong's Greek 2 is Aaron, the brother of Moses. Hebrew Strong's 2, Ab, father.
Oh, that's awesome. My brother Ryan here on the chat, I noticed he's saying, look up 941. So I don't know if there's something significant with 941. Let's see where it is, maybe.
That would be in Cancer.
Okay. So it's not in the zone, but that's neat.
So yeah, that's some of my finest ones as of late. God's finest ones.
So that's all the main ones you want to share, Brad?
Yeah. Just one more quick. 1809 Prometheus, meaning forethought. And I believe a lot of forethought went into this for sure.
It means forethought?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man. All right. So to summarize this all up. Okay, we've got this door and trumpet conjunction with Nishimura, the good husband. We've got a departure second. And then we got my beloved third. They're lining up with Bible verses when they conjunct talking about stars and children being born and the tribulation starting. We have this other comet that was in the Revelation 12 sign September 23rd, 2017, called 21B Jacobini Zinner, chasing the child in September of this year during these fall feasts right now-ish, this next week. It comes back and is under the feet of Virgo in 2030 during the judgment time when Jupiter is in the Libra scales. At the same time as this time of judgment, the child is in the right arm of Orion, holding the rod of iron, and it sounds like Revelation 12, verse 5. After this whole event happens, it quickly goes to Draco.
Mm-hmm.
We found all these other asteroids in that zone. People have been sending me a lot of things. There's a lot of action in Virgo. There is the Terah, which means Yom Terah, the day of blast, the day of awakening. There's a lot in that zone. There's so much stuff going on. While all this stuff is happening in the stars, Saudi Arabia wants to make a peace agreement with Israel and Palestine. During this time when they're signing a 7-year reconfirming of a 7-year agreement that ends in 2030. How is a person watching and waiting for Jesus supposed to ignore all this?
Amen.
I don't know. It's incredible. It's incredible. So we're in a very exciting window of time right now. Thank you for coming on, Brad, and sharing all that. Is there anything else that you wanted to add, or how would you summarize this whole picture?
Well, another thing in the news, they unveiled alien bodies in Mexico yesterday.
I know.
I've never in my life seen the stage set so perfectly for the rapture.
Alien bodies in Mexico, like they have it so primed for the delusion, for the deception.
Yes.
Today they got together, 40 nations apparently got together and talked about an EMP drill, and apparently they're going to do one on October 4th. I don't know, some sort of a blackout thing or something. I don't know what they're doing. We're in such an interesting time. So,
yeah, they started with just a couple of signs that we were like, "Oh, this looks really cool." There may be something to it. And ever since, it's like the floodgates have been opened up, and God has been pouring out a dump truck load of signs here. And where I stand now, I see a mountain of things, celestial signs, news events, timelines converging, and I can't ignore it. I can't ignore it.
It's like we have to say something when you hear it and see it. You have to share with people that want to hear. So, all that being said, the most important thing, if you think that Jesus is coming, guys, if this convicts your heart in any shape, way, or form, God might be talking to you. Jesus might be talking to you, knocking on your door. As we just showed, Jesus might actually knock on this door in a few days. He literally, when that asteroid, that means door, and the trumpet sound, when that asteroid's in the lungs of Virgo, that might actually happen on the 18th or whatever. It might. We're only two dudes that just are making our best guesses here, but this might actually happen. You might only have a few hours to decide where you want to spend eternity, and if you want to go through this tribulation, should you even survive it. It's not a scaring thing. This is a time of hope. This is our blessed hope, which, by the way, looking for our blessed hope is in the constellation of Virgo. Which, by the way, Psalm 23 is coded in the constellation of Virgo during this time. Please don't delay in entering into a relationship with Jesus. You believe in your heart that Jesus died on the cross for your sins. Confess it with your mouth. Truly, truly believe it and enter into that relationship with you. He created us for relationship, and that's what he wants. And so I pray that you enter into a relationship with him. And we party in the clouds, and we have popcorn and pizza and all that stuff. I don't even know what's up there, but I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So any last thoughts with you, Brad?
Just sort of along that same note, it's not about being good enough. Jesus was good enough for us. It was only him who could pay a penalty for our sins. So you don't have to fix yourself before you come to God. Okay? time very well may be very short, and don't risk it. Don't waste this opportunity that you still have to give your life to Jesus. He did all the work for you. All you have to do is put your hope and trust in him and accept his sacrifice, cover your sins with his blood, just like the Passover. The only thing on Judgment Day that God's going to look at is Jesus' blood covering your sins or not. That's it.
Perfect. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Passover in Exodus. You put the blood on your door and you're good. You know, the night that death angel went through Egypt, there might have been people actually sinning behind that door in that very moment, but they weren't killed because of they weren't saved. And it wasn't what they were doing behind those doors. It was the blood that saved them.
That's right.
So, not justifying doing bad things. I'm just saying it's not anything that we can do to earn our way into the clouds, into heaven, into an eternal relationship. It's you have to have the blood of Christ on your door. So, with that being said, Brad, thank you so much for coming on this stream and sharing that stuff. That stuff is so fun. I'm going to have to review it and get my mind wrapped around that. As always, guys, please share these videos. There's links in my description box for my Discord and other groups. And people ask about t-shirts and mugs. Yeah, there's t-shirts on there if you want it and all that kind of stuff. But God bless you guys. Go, Jesus, go. We are one day closer, and I hope to see you in the clouds very soon. So take it easy.